So yeah, man, welcome to the Hell Fucking Yeah podcast.
Nice to be here.
Dave Leto, former drummer of Rye Coalition.
Well, current. We've still played.
Well, of the band.
Once a year.
You guys still play once a year?
We do once a year, yeah.
That's fucking
for my dad's birthday.
That's really cool, man. Yeah. So yeah, man, how's life?
It's weird, man. Like, this is a weird time to be alive.
It really is, man. It really is.
Yeah.
I think that's why I wanted to start doing this too. It's like I kind of just want to talk like time. I'm like abandoned, really. We don't have kids. We have a dog.
Right.
It's just me and my wife, and it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't really my parents live around the corner. My family's like pretty close. But I don't really see anybody, you know what I mean? Like, except for when I'm like cutting hair or,
that's what
doing this.
This is literally what this is you don't see anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to some parties, like some little like COVID distancing parties, and they've been fun.
Yeah.
But once it hits like 12 people, I'm like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, there's a certain amount. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like in a close spit, you're like, okay, you might have some spit, and you're hitting me in the face with like a little spit.
Yeah.
A little spit. I'm done. I gotta go.
It's funny, man. We all spit when we talk, and I don't think anybody realizes
everyone does.
It,
and like the drunker you get, the more you do.
Oh, forget it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a problem for me though, because I think once I get I'm a happy drunk, but like once I get there, I don't give a fuck about anything.
Right.
Like I'll be licking the floor.
You forget about masks. You forget about COVIDs. You forget about everything.
Right. I forget my mask every day when I go out. I'm like,
oh my God,
I gotta go back, get my mask.
I've just been going to the bandana.
Yeah, I keep them in the car.
The neck.
Yeah.
Around the neck bandana, and just go for it.
I started with that, but I felt like when the summer hit, it was like too hot around my neck.
It's very hot. Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it, I'll just throw this mask on when I need it.
It's getting better.
Yeah. It's getting better. Or worse. I don't know. Whatever. So
I like a little you got like the whole Karate Kid like dojo vibe.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Who's that guy too right there? See that guy?
Oh yeah, I can't see him. Who is that?
It's you.
Oh, that's me.
And there's Chris.
Oh, that's Chris.
Every guest is gonna get their photo on the wall until it's not. Yeah, it's no longer the fucking Cobra Kai background.
Chain link barrier. That's his name.
Yeah. You know what it is? Behind this is a garage. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I actually have a bookcase too that like Chris was on last night, and I put his record up there. I ordered Curses. I told you.
Oh.
And on CD, man. On CD. Well, I want
the one with the DVD. The one with the DVD.
I think it's had 2 discs.
Yeah, the DVD is funny as hell.
So I ordered it like a week ago, Amazon Prime, and I don't know if Amazon Prime is no longer Amazon Prime. It's like
it's Amazon, whatever.
Yeah, like I'm waiting for a fucking camel to show up here.
That DVD is hilarious.
Oh man,
like the movie's like the movie.
Yeah.
But that DVD is just us recording the album, and it's so funny. Like, it's ridiculously funny. But there's no one made we did it, like it's.
Yeah, those are the best though, man. Those are the best.
It's like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, I ordered that, so I wanted to prop it up in the background here, but it's not here yet.
Okay.
So I'm excited to hear that one because it's not on Apple for some reason.
Yeah, it's like it's like the weird thing. I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah, no, listen, Dave Grohl is involved. I'm in,
Yes, he is one of the greatest humans alive, legitimately.
Yeah.
So helped us so much, and literally gave us everything. Like we were at his house every day, and barbecues and swimming, and going to bars, and him paying the tabs. And
is he as cool as he seems?
What everyone thinks about him is what he is, and maybe more.
Yeah, he just seems like the coolest fucking.
He's a sweetheart. He's a total sweetheart, and he's humble, and he knows that he did enough of touring in the bands in the van, eating the ramen. he knows what that's like. He just didn't like
right.
get in a band and be huge. He suffered like all of us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But he understands it, you know, and he's very respectful of like his background and like knows like he's lucky. Yeah. He's like, it could have been anyone. Yeah. That's what he told me. He's like, it literally could have been anyone, but it was me.
Yeah. And he doesn't forget where he came from. That's really cool, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So let's talk about Rye Coalition a little bit.
Sure.
So the band's from Jersey City, right?
Yeah.
Jersey City. Are you still you're still living in Jersey City?
So I live in the town next to Jersey City now. Okay. My parents are still there. The schools weren't so good there. So once I had kids, I kind of had to hightail it. It's literally 5 blocks away from my parents' house. Yeah. But, cool. Yeah, bought a house, you know, yard, pool, basketball hoop, that thing. And yeah, I mean, but, you know, Jersey, like, you know, we're Jersey City. Like, that's my whole life. That's all I know.
I was going to ask you, Jersey boy for life, right?
Of course. Not Bayonne. I mean, I love Bayonne, but like, I'm not a Bayonne dude. I'm a Jersey City dude.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I've done a lot of traveling, like in and out of the U.S. and stuff like that. But I've actually never lived outside of the tri-state area. I lived in Connecticut for a little while.
Sure.
I never lived in Jersey, but I came back here, man. I love this place. As fucking weird and crazy as it is. I just love this fucking place.
Sure. I lived in LA for a while when we recorded for like 3 months, and I was like, I like it here. Maybe I can move here. But then I was like, can I move here? I don't know. Like, I like things being close, you know? Like, I like to be able to get to where I want to be in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. No,
like,
I hear you, man.
LA's like, traffic. But like, so many of my friends move there. I'm like, but like, you know, that's the great part. My friends live there, and then I could visit them and like get the good part and come back home.
Yeah. So you lived in, I mean, have you ever been to Long Island?
Yeah, we played shows there when we were starting out, you know, like on the radio station, with like hardcore bands, and like we played weird basement shows and like, you know, all sorts of stuff that you do when you're you know, 17. Yeah. Long Island had its own thing, you know. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you know, do you know Artie Philly?
No.
From like Millhouse. Maybe,
oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Millhouse. So like, absolutely. I worked with Artie for years, like, you know, so that whole crew, like them and like Mark McCoy from like what band was Mark McCoy in? Why can't I think right now? But yeah, there was like a whole Long Island scene, like crazy,
like Glass
crazy
Jaw,
hardcore scene. Yeah,
Glass Jaw and stuff like that. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah, man. Like growing up here.
CR, you know, that's the band.
CR. Okay.
Yeah, that's my band. Yeah.
The people were way too nice. Nah, it's all good. People were way too nice in Connecticut, man. I don't know if you ever been there.
Connecticut? Yeah, we used to play Danbury all the time, and like Connecticut was like super cool. Always had like a crazy music scene. Yeah. I'm going to my son's room. Hold on.
Nice.
You want something dope? My Rick from Drive Like Jay, who made this for my son's birthday.
That map?
It's a United States map with all little like guys and stuff.
That's so dope.
Yeah, totally.
That's really fucking cool.
Yeah. All right, so I'm in here now.
Yeah.
Where that ghost reflex is going?
Yeah, it was outside. No, it's still there. A little bit.
I know. What the hell's going on?
Yeah. I love the Yeezus shirt, by the way.
Thank you. I saw the show and I went to it and I bought the shirt.
Is it ironic or you actually like him?
I am obsessed with him.
Yeah, man, I love him.
Up to a point.
I know. Yeah, he's got his, quirks, but.
I think as a human being, he's a pretty terrible human being. Yeah. As a producer, rapper, he's, he changed the face of hip hop forever.
Absolutely, man. I agree with that.
He made 7 amazing albums, maybe. I mean, I stop at Pablo. Like Pablo's where I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, like this tour was amazing. Like he's like an MJ,
Yeah.
like bipolar MJ,
yeah.
Alexa Pro. Nothing ironic. It's so weird because like you're like the fifth person who's like, "Is that shirt ironic?" I'm like, I'm gonna strangle you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, some people do that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna vote for him for president, but like I will listen to Late Registration any day of the week.
Right.
Like to get John Bryan as your producer, like, come on.
Yeah. Actually, that album in particular is one of my favorites. Yeezus.
Yeah, same.
You know, it's like short and sweet, and just how like fucking hits you. You know.
I love 808s and Yeezus. Those are like my two.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
But anyway, we don't have to talk about Kanye.
Yeah, no. We can talk about anything here, man. It's all good. But I want to talk about. I actually want to talk about your band a little bit here. So would you say you started off as like a hardcore band? I know there was like different labels at the beginning.
Yeah, it was like
emo or
right, the emo thing or screamo or whatever.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And then
like we didn't know what that was. We were just being like young and whatever. Like
right.
You know, like we liked a lot of bands. Like, you know, so like it started like with like how do I explain this? Like as a year, I was like at 12 or 13, like I heard like Motley Crue, you know, and the Ramones, and I was like, this is dope, and like Guns N' Roses, but like you never thought that like you could be that, you know, like it was just like, oh, that's just like what people do, you know, and like you just watch it. But then like, you know, my brother made me join his band. They were older, they were like 17, and they needed a bass player, and I was like, I'll do it, I'll play bass. And then like seeing like that you can play like in a band in front of people, like you're like, holy shit, you don't need like zebra spandex and like big hair.
Right.
And then like there were two really big bands like Born Against and Rorschach. And like they just blew my mind. So like from there just like expanded to like Jesus Lizard, Shellac, like the whole Chicago touch and go thing, and like, you know, that's kind of where we like rooted ourselves, like Nation Ulysses and, you know, all the greats.
And as you you know, you went on, it eventually led to like a more polished kind of sounds. At least I think so, you know, like
sure,
some people were comparing you to like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, and things like that.
Right. Like I think like the, you know, the first two albums were like us being really us, unjaded kind of. Like the first album was literally just us. The second one was like us, you know, finding out about like Pink Floyd and Radiohead and like trying to like incorporate that like weird stuff into like what we're doing. And on top was like the whole like, okay, let's be like AC/DC meets Fugazi. But not like, you know, we didn't plan it. It just happened.
That's actually my next question. Like, was it, did you want to do those things?
It was like a meld of like what, you know, as a kid, like, you know, my parents were like, you know, they went to see Sabbath and Zeppelin and Neil Young and Sly and the Family Stone, and like, so like I grew up with that in the background all the time. But like, you know, then like it clicks one day, you know, and you're like, wow, they listen to it because it's insane and it's really good. So like we tried to like, you know, mix like the indie with the classic rock, you know?
Yeah, no, it was awesome, man. And like,
so where'd you go?
Oh, that's right. That happens sometimes.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what On Top was. And then like going to Steve Albini was like, we always wanted to do that because of all the, you know, amazingness he's given us.
Yeah.
So we did like that record with him, Jersey Girls. We did another record with him. We did a Sub Pop 7-inch with him, another 7-inch with it. Like, you know, it was just like so comfortable recording with him.
Yeah.
And then like Shellac, you know, they never play ever. And they invited us to play like 3 shows with them or 4 shows with them. And we crashed our van 3 times on the way there. We played the Black Cat with them. Someone robbed our dressing room, and like Steve and Bob Weston are like gingerbread manning our bags like down the streets, and like they were helping us on the stage with our gear like 1 minute before we play. Like they were literally like the sweetest people on earth. And then Curses happened, and I kind of don't know what happened. It became this thing of like where we had these songs and they were super raw, and then they became like maybe super polished, and maybe lost some of our, we lost like, I mean, a lot of people don't like that album, and a lot of people love that album.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know how I would really feel about it personally.
Well,
I mean, I hear it and I'm like, I remember the good times, but I don't know.
Yeah. What rock subgenre would you say you are now if someone asked you, like, what the band's,
like when we play live, we just play like, we just like, we span time,
Yeah.
We go from the beginning to the end.
That's cool though. I like that.
But it's always fun, and it's always a good time when we play live in Jersey City, because everyone comes out, because we're like the,
right.
Jersey City's favorite sons.
You're representing. You're representing.
The hometown heroes.
So you guys have been playing, you play every year. Yeah. You ever going to go on tour again or do another album or anything in the works?
We talk about like recording, like, we have a little studio. One of us, the guitar player, has a studio, and like, we toy with it. Like going to LA is something we want to do, like do like a week in LA. I mean, obviously this is never going to happen for a while because of this craziness.
Right.
It's like, play LA and then come home and have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And I can't pay my mortgage.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would love to go back to like, like Seattle, San Diego, LA, like Portland. Like these were like the places that like loved us, and we had the greatest times. Absolutely,
man. Yeah. I watched the story of the Hard Luck 5 today.
Yes.
I found it really interesting that you guys were like frequently antagonized by people on stage. And then those same people would say, they loved you and they were your favorite band afterwards.
So weird. Like the weirdest thing in the world.
Was that ever kind of like a reaction? Like, did you ever incite that reaction? Or
no,
did it just kind of happen?
It just happened. Like, I just thought like, hey, let's fuck with these dudes. They're from Jersey.
Yeah.
But like, we never backed down. Like, we were always like right back in their face.
Absolutely.
I mean, how could you not be? You're just gonna be like, yeah. I mean, there were so many bands in that era of like, I'm not gonna name names, but like, we weren't afraid to throw down.
Yeah, no, that's fun, man.
It's happened.
Yeah,
know? And then like later they're like, I love you. I'm like, you spit on me and threw a Budweiser at my head. Like, what? I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, well, I never wanted to do that to somebody that I was like watching on stage.
Yeah,
like I'm there to see them.
Like I had like a cowboy shirt with like a pocket, and like someone threw like a cigarette, and like I didn't see it, and it like landed in my pocket, and I'm like, I'm on fire now. Like,
oh, speaking of fire, what was the whose idea was it to put the fucking lighter fluid in the drum?
That was my stupid idea. I mean, it was so humid down there. It was like 100 degrees outside. It was a basement in Jersey. Like, the fire is like, actually, the part she put in the movie, like, isn't the biggest, like, fireball.
Right.
Like, I was like, you left out the big fireball. There was one really, really big fireball. That was dumb, but it was pre-Great White and no one knew, like, whatever. But there was so much, like, humidity on the ceiling that, like, it put the fireball out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, things you do when you're stupid and 17.
Yeah, listen, man, I've been there, it was fucking hilarious, man. I really enjoyed the whole thing. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it out there.
Like, the thing that's so great about it is that, like, so like me and Vin was our roadie. He had a little handy cam. So either me or him were filming always,
Yeah.
From like 17 to like whatever, 30, whatever the hell we were. With no intention of anything. Just doing it to like film it and like have this like thing, like we have like, so it was never like, let's make a documentary. Like that was never a thing.
Right.
So I had like, God, I don't know, like 200 or something tapes, like in my basement.
Yeah.
And my friend Jenny's like, I want to make a movie. And I was like, here's 2 hefty bags. Have fun. It's like her first cut was like 8 hours. I'm like, Jenny, you gotta calm down. And then our second cut was like 6, and then 4, and then 2.
All the way down to an hour and 17.
Right. It was great to like, the only thing that was great about the 8-hour version was like seeing that stuff, you know, like
for you, yeah,
seeing yourself be 17 or 18 or 19, and like when you're 43 now,
right?
Yeah, and like watching my kids watch it, like, and being like, what the hell's wrong with you? And like, I would never let them do that. I would never let them go on tour at 16, like with no cell phone, no GPS, no, you know what I mean? Like now,
yeah,
like,
man,
sure, you could do it now. Like back then we were hitchhiking and like jumping in people's pickups in like Arkansas, and like, you know, where's the gas station? Here you go, and like something weird's gonna happen, and we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had my fun when I was younger. You know, I did a lot of stupid shit. But I was kind of like I don't know how to explain it. All right. So my brother, he's 10 years older than me. He went on tour. Okay. He went on tour with Harrow. He was a freestyle flatlander.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. Late 80s. He was with like Matt Hoffman and shit. Like he was a big deal.
We're being rad?
He was going to be. He was actually going to be in the opening scene.
Hollywood Mike Miranda.
Yeah. So he traveled, you know, at 16, he was traveling the world. And 10 years later, I pop out.
Bus, right? On
a bus, yeah. Like he was, you know, Bob Harrow fucking, you know, had the funds to do everything. But when 10 years later, I come out, you know, into the world, and you know, I get into my teens, and my parents are like, nope.
Really?
You're not going to repeat all that crazy shit.
Because you're the baby.
Right. So like they gave me my freedom and stuff like that, but they were a little more cautious with me. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's the older one, and they were like, so like when we were in the first band, like, you know, they were all 17, I was 13. So like we would play shows, my parents would drive us. Like I would have to stay in a hotel with them while they stayed in like, you know, the piss like vegan slop house, as we call it. And like, see you guys, I'm gonna go take a shower and get room service.
So I don't want to interrupt.
Go for it.
Christopher texted me. He said he's here.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back, man.
Oh yeah.
This is awesome.
What'd y'all talk about?
Wait, Chris, I want to show you something, Chris. So Rick from Drive Like Jehu made this for my son on his birthday. It's a painting of the United States with all little guys, and each, like, you know, Texas has a cowboy hat, and like, I'm like, I love it. Yeah, super dope. I love Drive Like Jehu.
And that's a good band.
One of the greatest bands ever.
What does the Washington logo have?
Hold on, let me see.
Maybe an umbrella.
Just a guy.
He's just a guy. He's probably real depressed.
I think it's like just Texas just has the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Washington won heroin.
I got MJ though.
Dude, have either of you watched the Michael Jordan documentary?
I have not.
Man, I've been hearing like crazy things about it.
I watched the whole thing. It's unreal.
Yeah.
The dude's work ethic is insane.
Yeah, dude.
Like everything was personal. Like he took everything personally.
I gotta watch that.
That too. I heard that he was like, he like thrived on like people like doing him wrong, so he like just become like a stronger, faster human. Like it was crazy. Yeah, it was weird. It's almost like his dunk was like fueled by bitterness, you know.
He's like punched teammates in the face.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, he was a revenge player, dude. I love it.
No, he was spite. His whole career was spite. And that was it. He was amazing at it. You should watch it. It's on Netflix. It's like
I gotta check it out.
Or 12 episodes? I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's like a mini series. All right, cool.
It's amazing. It's ridiculous.
I gotta check that out.
You don't even have to like basketball to watch this.
I don't, but yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I know. I literally like, I think one time I was talking about basketball and I like asked somebody about like a like a field goal, and they're like, "That's,
that's football."
Yeah, that's me, man. I used to fucking wear like this Yankees hat all the time just because it had the New York, kind of symbol on it.
Yeah.
People would come up to me all the time and be like, "Oh, what'd you think of the game last night?" I'm like, I don't watch it, man. They're like, "Why are you wearing the hat?" I'm like, "Because I fucking want to wear the fucking hat."
You're like, baseball's boring as fuck. I'm not watching that shit.
Baseball's so boring, man. I'm a fucking wrestling fan, man. That's what I like.
Oh, wow.
I know. I get that reaction all the time. Oh, wow. What's wrong with you?
No, I have lots of adult friends who like wrestling.
Yeah.
Like Greco-Roman, like Olympic style wrestling?
No, WWE, like bullshit wrestling.
So like cinematic, like
yes.
Like WWE.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's.
They got AEW now, which is like more adult version of AEW, they bleed and shit. It's like Jackass meets wrestling,
I heard the Japanese one's really good.
I forgot what that one is, but yeah, it's really good. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Michael Jordan, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I really like, honestly? I like UFC, man.
Yeah, man, I do too.
I like that.
I have a customer in my store who is like, he comes in, he's like, he's he's 6'7", he's huge, he's ripped. His ears are the full cauliflower deal.
Yeah.
and he's so polite. He's a demon. Like he's literally a demon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you so polite and like, it's just so
aggressive.
weird. He just like shuts it off, like turns it on in the ring. Like I watched him like kill 4 people. I'm like, oh my God. And like I joke with him, like, hey, when are we gonna fight? And he's like, no. And I'm like, you could kill me like right now with like one finger to like there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of made me wish I like took that shit when I was like 20, so I could like kill someone now. Meanwhile, Chris
it's not too late, man.
Trapped in cars and dying like a dead.
Oh yeah, what happened, Christopher?
Did you get out?
Yeah. Well, the Tesla is weird, man, because it's like she unlocks it and locks it and turns on the air conditioner or the radio from her phone. They have like this new app from it, so. She went into this thrift store in kind of like a shady part of the valley where it's just real hot, real desolate, but you can get cheap stuff. So we go in the parking lot, and I'm like, there's a long line, and everyone has a mask on. I'm like, I don't want to wait in the line, and I have to pee, and I had an empty bottle, so I'm like, I'm just gonna pee in the bottle.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, just turn on the AC and. And then, and she locked me in the car, an accident with no AC. I was like, essentially sauna. And I don't know. I just kind of, but
were you just like sweating balls?
Oh my God. Yeah. I was sweating so bad. And then the thing is I peed into the bottle, but I couldn't open the door to even dump the pee out.
Right.
So I was just trapped in the hot car with this like hot pee, and I could smell the pee.
You didn't have the cap?
What's that?
You didn't have the cap?
No cap.
Oh God, no cap.
It was just like a jar from like a nice place.
And then I was freestyle pee.
Yeah, dude. And I like really wanted to smoke, so I'm like smoking in there, like hotbox.
You hotboxed it?
Yeah, and I smell. It just smells like pee. But when he came out of the thrift store, walking up to the car, I was like going on the window like I was like a dog. I was like probably like
out of here. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a really crazy like safety feature that they should really look into.
Like, what if like you guys were drowning or something, or what if you left
your kid in the car or something?
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, they thought of a lot of things with the Tesla, but they haven't thought of everything.
Not that.
No.
The hot baby feature.
Yeah, they need to have like a weird like emergency like escape hatch from like inside.
Yeah.
I can't believe they don't have that.
Yeah. It just because when the car is just off, it's off. Because like the door is like electric.
Wait, nothing works if the car's off.
Yeah, nothing.
Holy shit.
Wow.
And not even you, man.
Not even you. You don't even work.
I don't. But no, it was great. She got back in, and then I rolled the window down, and I got a lot of breeze, and I dumped the pee out, and
You're like, I almost died for your dress you just found.
yeah, I know exactly. And I was like, "What'd you get?" And she's like, "I got like a robe from the 1970s," and I was like, "I almost died for that."
I almost died for that robe. You're like the Jesus Christ of robes.
Yeah, dude.
So how did you guys meet?
God, I know exactly how we met. I just started like Cedric from At the Drive-In sent me the song he did with him.
Okay.
And then I heard it and I was like, what the? And then it was like, this dude's, and I'm like, okay, let me go download the album illegally. And then I did that. Sorry.
Motherfucker.
And then, no, then I bought it. You know, once I liked it, I bought the vinyl. And then my 11-year-old's friend came over and decided he was Grandmaster Flash and started scratching on my turntable with it. So I had my second one. So I have 2 copies. One doesn't play, one does play. And then, so like I was like liking his photos, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you follow me?" I'm like, "What? You know me?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I know you." I'm like, and that was it. We just became stupid ding dong brothers from 2 opposite coasts.
It's awesome, man. That's that's what I'm working on here.
Yeah, our text messages would be like, they're not okay if people saw them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, some of my friends too. Same thing, man. Just
padded room immediately.
I'm like, delete this shit. Delete this when we're done talking here.
I'm getting like weird ads. Like I'm getting like microwave ads now, like on my Instagram. It's weird. I swear to God.
I'm not.
Like,
I'm not even gonna ask.
Some like microwave. I'm like, oh.
Well, no, really? Me and we have this thing where we send each other like microwave pictures, like the setting, like I mean,
like fish.
They take this over, but yeah. There's like a button.
It's all good.
Fish. Like, what the fuck does that do? Like, how long? Like, what fish?
Like, is it frozen?
Right.
Is it already cooked fish?
Yeah.
Dinner plate, muffin, potato, beverage.
Yeah, what beverage?
But like Chris had a great experience with beverage.
I did.
Like a perfect experience.
Yeah, I put me and my did. We put in a cup of coffee, and it heated it for 1:20.
1:20.
And it was like, because I used to hit it for 2 minutes. I ignored the beverage button. I'd hit it for 2 minutes, and I burn my lips. So once I sort of just like decided to kind of trust fall into the microwave buttonry, I wasn't disappointed at all. But yeah, that's what we talk about. It's fucked. So.
You have to preface this with why the microwave started, though.
Because I was describing how my mother thought that she bought a micro pig, but that the pig grew to be the size of 2 microwaves.
That's true. We were talking about that yesterday.
And I immediately called him out and was like, when did you decide that microwaves were a unit of English measurement? And I was like, my son's like 6 microwaves tall.
Yeah.
And this went crazy from there.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. I mean, I really think it's like, for me, I think it's because you look at a lot of like new stand-up specials on Netflix and different casts, and people aren't really that funny anymore. Sure. So I think to be funny, you just have to like almost, sort of delve into like a little bit of mental illness, because waves are not funny. They're just not. Yeah. But if you say they're funny, then they're funny. So there's, I sort of like that power of I'm not sure how comedians think, but you have to find like everything just has to be hilarious and not like real dorky like Jerry Seinfeld way where he's like, what's up with like airplane? you know.
But the thing is, like, something like what I do, like playing drums in a band, and something what you do, being up there all alone, you're more like a stand-up comedian, you know, being up there for like ridicule and just being alone, which is crazy to me. Like, I could never do that.
Yeah,
like, I'm hands hiding behind drums, you know.
It's totally horrifying. I've only been on stage one time, and that was when I played guitar, and there was like 7 other people on stage, right? And I wasn't singing, and that was the only time I like had fun. The only other time when I'm on stage, I'm just met with like sheer terror and self-doubt, and
totally.
And that's it, and a, you know, a great wave of ego, obviously, which almost feels like guilty, because you're like,
you know,
like, why are you clapping? You know, like, it's fucked.
Right. So. It's weird. Like playing like arenas, you're like, you know, I'm scared shitless, you know, like we're in Europe, you know, it's the Foo Fighters audience, and there's like whatever thousands of people there. But like, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm like, what? You know, but we're fucking here for a reason, you know, like, we got here. Like, you know, we beat 99% of bands to get here.
Right.
So it's like, fuck it, have fun. But like, I can't have fun. I'm like, I need 17 shots of Jameson, and then I can like, I'll just stare at the snare drum for the next 30 minutes and wait for it to be over.
Yeah. I always thought that too about, I always thought that too about like a solo.
Like no one's looking at me. I'm like hiding back there. Like being someone like Chris, like that's hard to do, man, to be the
man. Absolutely. Like same thing with you guys were just saying comedians, you know, I always think that when I watch like I watch a lot of stand-up comedy because I really
I do too.
A lot of it, I don't really dig too much. But there are a few that always stick out, you know, and to me, it's not even about the material. Like you were just saying, you talk about microwaves. If you do it in a funny way, it's funny. You know what I mean? When people like talk about obvious shit or they, you know, it's all about the delivery for me. Like the way somebody like presents it really kills it. And that's the same thing with music. You know what I mean? I tend to go towards more like duos or like single artists than like big bands.
Hall & Oates?
Yeah. Like Hall & Oates.
I love Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates, hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, man. It is about delivery. I'm thinking about this today for some reason. I just sit and think a lot because of COVID, you know. But I thought like anything can be like a song or funny or a show. It's like, it's all about like the framing, right? So like, let's say you took like a picture frame and took the picture out, and you held the picture frame and just moved it around the world. Whatever is in is a piece of art.
Sure.
You know, and like whatever you decide to write down is lyrics. Whatever you decide to try to make somebody laugh with is a joke. And whatever you decide to film is a movie. So it's like, it really is about the framing, and that sort of like, that thought sort of like tripped me out when I thought of that. I was like, oh my God, like everything is art. Whoa. And then I felt kind of like a dork, but it was sort of like a beautiful, like wake up call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure. And there's a whole thing where like, you know, all comedians want to be musicians and all musicians want to be comedians, you know, like, such a, you know, everyone like Fred Armisen and like, you know, all those dudes, like they're David Cross, and like, you know, they all want to sing, and like Jack Black, and like, you know, there's such a close tie of music and comedy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the tightest bond of the dark arts, I think, is comedy.
Of the dark arts is comedy and rock and rolls.
Yeah, I really think most good comedy comes from tragedy, you know?
Sure. And like the funniest people I know are in bands.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Right. Do you think it's because they don't want to be like upfront, like the solo person?
I don't know.
Like Christopher, or like, do you think it's they want to kind of hide out in the background but still do their thing? Yeah.
It's like once you go on tour with them and like, you know, get to know someone, like then you find out how funny they are. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's funny you say that. I know a lot of people.
But yes, both are dark art.
Yeah.
I would, not to be totally negative, but to me, I feel like it's overcompensation, because I feel like when you're making work that is like just really vulnerable, and like you're writing like miserable shit down, and like all your fans are like weird, sad kids and stuff, it's like, you're like, okay, if I don't fucking make jokes, then like I'm gonna end up like my heroes who are all dead. You have jokes. I think it's like an overcompensation. I mean, to me, it's like life is a gun to your head, and then the jokes are just like you're just like ha 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 ha, like a nervous laughter. You have to like find a way to not live in the dark all the time, I think. And and people that don't work in like self-expression, I don't think that they have to deal with themselves a lot. It's like, so they never really, I'm not going to say that like a majority of like the people aren't depressed, but I think when you work professionally in depression, essentially, whatever, I think it's just an overcompensation. So it's like, I did a car ride with Damien Jurado, who's like the baddest fucking songwriter. And me and him are just like making jokes, but I could feel it in the air that it's just because we're both sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to be sad. Let's just start fucking making jokes.
Laughing. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
It's like Robin Williams syndrome.
Yeah, man. Basically, right? Like, yeah, think about that. Like, nobody saw that coming. They're like, oh, but he was so funny.
It's like, well, no.
Does funny mean not depressed? I don't think so.
He was not only like super funny, he was goofy. You know what I mean? He never really portrayed, I mean, yeah, he was in some like dark movies, but he never really portrayed that dark side often.
Right.
He was always kind of like a
Have you ever seen World's Greatest Dad?
I love that fucking movie, man.
Oh my God.
Bobcat Goldthwait is one of the most underrated directors ever.
You're so right.
Did he direct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't directed movies at all. I'm out of the loop.
That and the one where the guy just like starts killing people with that young girl.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot the name of it. I know exactly what you're talking about. Something America. God Bless America.
God Bless America, I think. Yeah.
Dude, there's a horror one. It's like a found footage one about Bigfoot.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen that.
Willow Creek. You have to see that one, man.
I will watch that.
The end is insane.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's really talented.
But like, Robin Williams, same thing. Like, it's the whole Tears of a Clown, like literally.
Yeah.
Like the more sad and depressed someone is, like those are the ones who are the funniest.
Right.
Because they're just so over being depressed.
Yeah.
And sad.
Yeah. You have to pull yourself out of it.
Yeah, and that's where friends come in.
Absolutely.
I think I try to hope like a support group of like people who got your back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important. That's
Life's
important.
not easy, man. Shit's not easy.
No, life's fucking crazy, man. It really is.
Yeah, that's why the older you get.
Yeah.
Like I've thought about like, going to like therapists and all of this, professional help and stuff. And I was like, wait, I can just text my friends. Because what's the difference? And it's funny. I even know a therapist personally. And I was like, I'll give you like a necklace or a record if you give me free therapy. And she's like, I don't really know how I could do that. Cause like I listen to your music for therapy. So she's like, it's like,
that's a conflict.
And I was like, well, fucking goddamn it. I mean, so I just thought, okay, I'll just talk to like my crazy friends, because I think it's just about talking. And that's why the podcast medium is so, like huge now and important, is because I think people are starting to realize that it's like we don't really lust for like canned laughter and and like, like a 30-minute show with like a 4-minute block of commercials, like every 8 minutes or whatever the math is, like, we're kind of just like, Jesus Christ, like, we don't want to be sold on something. It's like, it's way more alluring and healing to just listen to like human beings talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I like podcasting so much, is because it's almost,
it's real.
It's real. And it's almost like, I wouldn't say voyeurism, but it's like tapping into almost a therapy session. Cause I've heard, on like Rogan, when he's talking to somebody and they get pretty fucking real. Like someone will start talking about like, their dead parents and their alcoholism or whatever the hell. And it's like, I'm like, am I supposed to be listening to this? Like, I feel like this is like a private conversation, but cool.
Yeah.
It's cool that we have that as entertainment. And I don't know. I mean, I think there's like huge value in it, and it sort of, hopefully it's training everybody to kind of want to be more communicative.
No, I agree 100%. I'm shocked, Christopher, that you've not been to like a real therapist.
I definitely have.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've talked about that, friends.
Right. I feel like they all have like this, nothing against therapists, obviously. I feel like they all have this like textbook answer to everything.
Yeah.
There's one answer and one answer only. And I don't think that works with anything in life, really.
Yeah, my guy was dope and all, but like, almost like, I don't need to, like, I'd rather take this money and buy whiskey.
Yeah. And they're not fucking cheap either, man.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, I had one in Beverly Hills. Like, of course, that's expensive there, but it was when I was living in Silver Lake, and the head of my record label was like, "You got to go see this guy. He's the guy." Yeah. And I'm like, "Well, how much is it?" He's like, "It's like $150 for 30 minutes." And I was like,
Jesus.
"What?" I'm like, and like, that's a lot of money.
Could have washed your car and make you a meal for that.
I know, dude. Let me stay over. Like,
right, at least like a hotel night.
Yeah. But no, he did that thing that, like you were saying, the spinning in circles and
keep winding up at the same place every time.
Well, they do that fucking thing called mirroring, right? So you go like,
where you ask a question, they ask it back to you, or
do that for 30 minutes. Like, what the fuck? Wait, like, okay, here's your money. Like, come on, dude. Like, I mean,
right. What are you giving me?
I just don't get that. It's like, I feel sad. Why do you feel sad? Well, I'm just lonely. Why are you lonely?
Right.
Well, alone. Why are you alone? Well, because no one's around me. Why is no one around you? And you're like, well, because I'm alone. They're like, why are you alone? You're like, okay.
Right. You're like, I can literally just talk to a mirror and I'd be.
Man. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. But I mean, I guess back to Robin Williams, right? Like, that best like movie therapist. Like, you need that Good Will Hunting, when he's like, fucking, he'll shove you against the wall if you talk shit about his wife. Fucking
just hug you and be like, it's not your fault.
Yeah, dude. Tell you about his wife farting in her sleep and shit. But I don't know if there's a lot of those kind of therapists, because I feel like they probably all get fired and shit. Because you can't be like a renegade therapist.
No, you can't go rogue.
No, dude. You got to keep it.
Actually,
if you were like a singer and you were a licensed therapist and you told like the whole audience it was like $150 for 30 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's what some concerts are, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah.
And you're like, what's up, Cleveland? And they're like, we love you. Like, well, why do you love me? You're just like,
your songs are good. Why are my songs good?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, like chorus.
So gross. It's so funny.
But really not, I mean, not too far off.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I think
Where's the doggy, Chris?
he's upstairs.
Oh. This one's attached. He like literally attached to me. I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
He's like on me.
little shadow thing.
He wants to wear my skin.
Yeah, my dog and I have a nightly battle because he's real big, and when I'm sleeping, he'll get up when I'm laying on my pillow, and he'll lay his body on my face and my head.
This is on the bed? In the bed?
No, like on my head and face on the pillow, like over me. Like
or you're
up
in
here.
the bed?
Yeah, I'm in the bed, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I wake up like suffocating, and I'm just like
dog belly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it's tough. And he does it every night, like around the same time. And I'm trying to train him not to do it, and I get frustrated.
Are you the alpha?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, because when I come home and I greet him, he pees. So I Googled that, and so they said that was him being
he pees in the house?
He just like kind of pees a little. Yeah, he's just like his ears go down.
Excited pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I read that for that particular breed that he deems me as the alpha, which I don't need to be. Like, that's not like my desire, but like I sort of have to be because he is a dangerous dog.
Yeah, he's wolfy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's given a couple of my friends some like stitches and stuff like that.
Already?
Yeah. It's bad.
Did he ever try to go after you?
Only once, because I was really drunk, and I thought it'd be funny to buy him an entire hamburger.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll get the dog a burger. And then I put it in bed, and I tried to like move it closer to him, and then he was like did like a little bite, and I was like, I gave him a pass because he probably was so freaked out. He was like, you just gave me an entire fucking hamburger? I think he just like kind of lost his mind.
Yeah.
But no,
dog would.
I just got home, and I just like literally cut him up some pieces of steak and stuff. I try to just really spoil him, because I know he was he was abused and everything. So I'm just like, bro, like, you could sleep on my head, you can eat steak, I don't fucking care. Bite my friends, like whatever.
Yeah, give him the best life you can.
I know, but I'm just stressed out.
How old was he when you got him?
Well, I've only had him for probably 4 months, right. But he's like 1. He's 1,
so he's a baby.
He's a baby. I hope he mellows out, because I would like to have friends again.
Yeah,
I think he'll mellow out.
Yeah,
you got a dog with the, all that, shake the can with the coins in it.
They need a little time too to like readapt to, some kind of well, not readapt. He never adapted, but like realize that.
Because I literally can't have anybody over. Nobody.
Yeah.
Really.
So yeah, so it's tough.
Like they put the hand out and he smells the hand and.
Well, that's the fucked up thing, is that like, my buddy Regis was over, and I was like, let's just try this. Just ignore him. I was like, go sit over there. So Regis just sat there, and then Bayou went over and like, smelled his hand, and I gave Regis some lunch meat. I was like, give him some lunch meat, whatever.
Your friend.
Yeah, and then the dog was like, cool, and then Regis got up to walk in to go to the bathroom, and the dog just charged and bit the back of his calf.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I thought that they sort of made nice. So
with the lunch meat.
I know. And then I had a trainer come over, and she was trying to train him, and then he like full on attacked her, and then she was like, I would never trust this dog. But like, if you guys love him, like, he's your dog. But like, she's she was just like, he's too far gone.
Wow. At 1 year old. 1 year old.
Yeah.
Too far
wow.
gone.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, it's because what happened is like, we got him from this like adoption service, and I think they lied, because they were just like, oh yeah, like he lived with like a toddler and a family, and like he's all good.
Cool.
He went. Oh man, he's like, we just wanted him because he looked so fucking cool. It was like, so I was like, okay. And they're like, I was like, is there any paperwork or like, because I thought you had to fill out paperwork and pay him and stuff. And they're like, no, just take him now.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. And then now I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
But he's not biting you guys, right?
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. My only concern, and this is clearly like way down the line, is that like if I have a child, I hope he doesn't like get weird with the child.
Right.
Yeah.
And usually dogs do.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually they're pretty good with kids, no matter what.
Yeah, and I think they kind of like. I bet you like in a weird way he would smell. He would smell like DNA.
They smell the vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they smell. You know, a child is the most innocent thing, really. You know, especially if it's brought up, you know, in a good environment. So yeah, they can sense that right away. You know.
Yeah.
They don't have fear yet or hesitations or anything like that. So yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah, because I was stressing about that, but I do that. I stress about things that are like maybe not even going to happen like 5 years from now.
Just dunked on you.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's my podcast done. I like that.
Well, I said we were going to talk about some pizza. Remember?
Well, I mean, my town is Pizza Town, USA.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, so you work in Manhattan and Jersey.
Yeah.
So what's better?
Jersey pizza way better.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've had Jersey pizza, you know, and you know, New York City pizza sucks. I hate New York City pizza.
Right. It's all dollar-sized places.
Exactly. It's all like tourist traps.
Yeah.
But here, you know, Long Island's a little different. It's a little more spread out. There's some good places out here, you know. I lived in Connecticut for a while. They claim to have the best pizza, but nah. I mean, if you like the fucking
Tony, what is the place in Connecticut? Tony, whatever.
Frank Pepe's.
Frank Pepe's, yeah.
Yeah.
That place is dope.
It is dope. It's all coal oven, you know.
Yeah.
It's different. You know, it's not like here.
Like super thin, like paper thin pizza, and like Bayonne has a ton of that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll have a pizza. Oh, I ate the whole pie. Great. But it's like a napkin. Like it's literally like napkin thin.
Yeah.
No, pizza's the best thing in the world, I think. It's
man.
Like alcohol pizza, a burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I eat a fucking lot of pizza, man.
Else to be desired.
Yeah, man.
Man, y'all are lucky. There's some bad pizza in California.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah, it's.
You can't get a bagel to save your life over there.
You know what's funny though? If you look up online, like who has the best pizza, California ranks up like in the top.
What
Weird.
place?
It must be like a certain place, you know, like
it's
one place.
Like, we bring the water in from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
They do because they have to bring in the water for the bagels. Yeah. Bagels over here. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, the pizza here is it's fucking horrible. It's crazy. I can't even.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
there's a lot of good pizza.
Might as well call Domino's and call it a day.
Yeah, I know, dude. Like cool pizza place in California called Domino's. You guys ever heard of it? It's pretty good.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Oh, it's like at least you know what you're getting, you know? Like
Domino's the same everywhere, you know.
It's consistent.
Yeah,
it's like a McDonald's cheeseburger. You know you're getting the same thing every time.
Right. Hey, I don't mind Domino's because exactly I'm like it's gonna be the exact same thing every time, and if I want it, I want it. But I don't have to have some surprise of bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, okay, we don't have Mexican food though. I'm like, we got Mexicans here. Like, we have good Mexican food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some good places here. There's some authentic places here, but
yeah,
you know,
for sure. There's one right on my corner. It's like dope as shit.
I feel like here there's like one good thing of everything. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you want Mexican food, you go to this place and this place only.
Yeah.
You know, pizza, obviously there's much more, but
yeah, there's so much pizza.
You know, yeah.
There's like 700 pizza places in my town, and it's like 50 blocks. Yeah. My whole town is 50 blocks. It's like nail salons, hair salons, pizza place, Chinese place.
It's the same fucking thing here, dude. You can walk out of a pizza place and trip on another one, you know?
Yeah.
The nail salons, tanning beds, you know, every parking lot is the same fucking strip of stores.
Yeah, Long Island is a
Chinese
whole
food
animal.
Yeah, it really is, man.
Yeah, here all I see it's like Mexican restaurant, yoga studio, Mexican restaurant, yoga studio. That's it.
Yeah.
Or fucking acai bowls. That's it. That's all everybody eats.
Oh man, that's blowing up over here. It's like it's everywhere now. You can actually go to a pizza place and get a fucking acai bowl.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. Yeah.
It needs to stop. I don't like it, dude. It's weird.
It is weird. I had one. I was like, it's not for me, dog.
I liked it. I felt it was very fucking cold. Like it almost like numbed my mouth. It was so cold.
It's too cold.
Yeah.
Too cold. Needs to
Too
be.
much.
It's like I miss the days when that was called a smoothie.
Yeah.
Right.
With a straw.
Yeah, you dump the smoothie into a bowl. Like, no, I don't want it.
Just warm it up. Hit the.
And they're fucking expensive. They're like $15 a piece.
Call it oatmeal.
Yeah, dude. Hit the button on the mic. No, it costs so much. I went to one, and I was like, I went to one with my girl, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you just get whatever you want on it." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll put a little oats on it, some blueberries, and like this, whatever I just put a bunch of shit on it." And then they rang up, they're like, "It's $22." I was like,
"What? Did I break something?"
I was like, cold.
It's like $3 a topping.
Did I break your machine?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's insane.
Why is it $22?
Yeah, it's the dark arts. And I went and just like sat by a beach and it was too cold. And then it started melting. And then I was like trying to drink ash, and I was just like, this is the worst day. But whatever. I don't want to publicly hate on.
I've had one and only one.
Yeah.
I'll never.
Now and then, but.
Yeah, we've all three of us has had acai once.
My wife loves them, man. She fucking like orders them on Uber Eats.
Yeah,
it's like $40 by the time all the fees and all the fucking shit on it. Like I could have just went and fucking picked it up, you know?
Right.
The like house, 15. It's melting.
Yeah, that too. It's like
Uber's
a fucking
crazy. They charge you so much goddamn money. It's insane.
It's, dude, so funny. No, my girl's the same, dude. She'll like wake up and like be like mad, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I want an acai bowl," and I'm like, "What are they putting in that for like women to like make them like need it?" Fucking women love acai.
They need it.
They fucking need it. Like, and I'm like, "Hey, let's go get one right now, please." Like, so we can continue to have a good day. Like, it's so fucked.
We gotta do it.
I gotta say that the few times that I have had them, I did feel pretty good afterwards, man.
Yeah.
Like there is something in there.
Superfood.
What's that?
They call it a superfood.
Yeah. Right. And I do, I can see why that could be addicting to somebody. Like, oh man, I felt fucking good. It's like a drug or whatever. Like I felt fucking good after that. I want that shit again.
Yeah. Well, we're just like pieces of shit, though. We're like, but bad.
Yeah.
It's like, but imagine like if we just like if we all three like woke up and ate an acai bowl every day, like we'd probably be like completely different people.
Should we try this?
Yeah,
it's like a week.
Maybe we should.
The acai week challenge.
I'm gonna take out a fucking loan and we'll try it.
Do we start tomorrow? Like go Wednesday to Wednesday.
Oh my God! You refinance your house so you can fucking.
I'm like, can I have an acai bowl? Do you have financial aid?
Oh.
I'm gonna sell all my fucking gear. Won't have a podcast.
You have layaway?
Yeah, there's not even a podcast. I had to. No,
you do like the Super Size Me documentary version of an acai bowl.
Damn. I know, and then just like your dick gets bigger, and like you get like really.
You're super ripped, six pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like smart all of a sudden.
Let's try it. Let's try it out.
I mean, I'll do it. There's one by my house, and I think I have if I get like the kids size, it's like
only $11.
Like $2 for the child size.
Go to kids menu. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. And they're like, you can't get that. You're not getting. I'm like, my kid's in the car.
You know about my kid.
He's locked at Tesla.
He's locked in there, hot and smoking.
Yeah, he's in the hot Tesla and he's peeing in his car.
He's smoking and peeing.
In a bottle without a cap.
Yeah.
He's 8 and he'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm definitely getting one in the morning. I'll text you guys with the picture.
All right. Well, this was fun.
It was, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Dave, thanks for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it. This is a really good time.
Anytime, man. Super fun.
Christopher, thanks again, man. For coming in, and you guys are fucking hilarious.
Barrier who are coming towards you.
Yeah. We should do this more often. We should do this like once a month or something. This was funny.
Once a month, like that every night.
Every night. Your podcast just has the worst ratings. It's
just 2 idiots every night.
And they're just eating acai bowls.
No, man, this was a great show. I think this one, this one's gonna get some good ratings.
It's gonna get great ratings.
I think so, man.
Good luck editing this. This is gonna be amazing.
To be honest with you, I'm not crazy about editing stuff. Like I'll go through it and I'll be like, nah, I want to keep that. And so like an hour and a half video turns into like hour and 20. Like I take out like 10 minutes, you know?
Right. Okay.
This one's definitely going to be like that, I think. I mean, there's some things obviously I'll cut out, but I think this is all good shit, man. You guys were fucking hilarious together. And
all right, I'm going to try to write a song.
Me too. I'm going to write one about Chris.
I'm going to write one about both of you.
Right. Oh, that'd be fucking dope.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, man. Thank you. Love you guys. Peace.
Peace out, bitches.
Peace.
Love you too.